My fellow colleagues on the LinkedIn network, it is with great pleasure that this evening of November 8th, 2023, I am formalizing my campaign to become the 47th President of the United States of America. A quarter century ago, this journey began for me, and it indeed is a watershed event for me, my family, and my career trajectory. This is a time of great pregnancy and of opportunity and grave risk, I believe, for our nation. The choices that are presenting themselves for the White House for 2025 and beyond, for 1 to 2 terms of the next presidency, I do concur with the candidates of record, both the Honorable Joseph R. Biden Jr., our current President, Commander-in-Chief, and former President Donald J. Trump, shortly to be convicted of felonies, in my judgment, leave a great deal to be desired. I grew up in a politically active family. My father served in the White House under Lyndon Baines Johnson in the latter half of the 60s and was an arms control negotiator between the United States and the Soviet Union in the late 60s, early 70s. The times ahead require scientific and technical expertise in the White House, and I have considered a run for 20 years, in fact, ever since Christmas party, where I mentioned such to the fine Honorable President Bill Clinton. That time has come. We see a plate of choices tonight debating in behalf of the Republican Party to challenge former President Trump for the opportunity to serve the nation, and the genuinely honorable President Biden suffering the challenges of age that are, of course, no fault of his own, but I think that there is universal consensus that some new blood is required rather urgently in the White House, and I wish to offer myself of service to the nation and to the world at a time of great need. The situation in the Middle East and the situation at our southern border across the 8 border states from Florida to California, the scourge of rapacious gun violence that is murdering our children and their future, their hopes and their dreams, no less, by the invasion of our sacred school buildings with guns and ammunition that deserves to be banned except for use in the military. We have a tax system that is overburdensome and increasingly complex in an age where we need to have less burden on ourselves and our children, our families, not more. And solutions that the solutions that are offered by the prevailing parties at the table, in my opinion, just won't cut it. We have invented our way out of many challenges, many challenges in times past, including in the past century, 2+ world wars, a Cold War that continues to simmer and even burn. We have faced down peak oil and come through it with an environmental agenda that is sound and scientifically justified and believed and supported by the public. We have an energy infrastructure that is creaking with age, an electricity grid that shows that age just about every day. Another spark occurs, and we have plenty of sparks to deal with at the same time, which requires a degree of multitasking, which is altogether too familiar to this body of fine IT professionals and strategic thinkers marketers, and executives alike. I request your support as I enter this campaign through the filing of my FEC paperwork. As a Democrat, my family has been a lifetime progressive family with the social values that we do share as an industry as well, and the kind of conservative economic beliefs that John McCain and Mitt Romney would be proud of. These are the principles that I will bring to the next White House with your support. My filing is made, but I want to make this very clear. I will be a president for all the people, for all the people, by all the people. And that's why I request this particular community's, this social network's explicit support. I believe that as a professional in this industry who helped build out social media platforms at the top of their genesis and before it, I remember when the concept of LinkedIn was 6degrees.com, and I challenged my U.S. web strategic leadership across the country to imagine what electronic voting systems could be like at this time, because we're going to need them in the future, especially when we have the kinds of election interference activities that would disgust the founding fathers of our great nation. I trust and hope that the Atlanta court will convict the former president of the felonies he deserves to be jailed for, in my opinion. Now, to the supporters of the former president, I understand the economic and the political angst, the fears that have driven half the American electorate to want to support that man. I believe that somewhere in his heart, Donald Trump does love America as a concept, as an idea, but he does not walk the talk, my fellow citizens. And I present myself as a successful entrepreneur with the kind of real business education that comes from helping to build businesses from the inside out. Businesses large and small, businesses notable and obscure, but no less important. We in the IT industry know how many job functions it takes to build a Fortune 100. And having helped lead building the backbones of more than half the Fortune 100 in the past 25 years of my career, I look forward to rebuilding the backbone of the federal government into the kind of paperless, efficient, and communicative enterprise that the Fortune 500 enterprises became on my watch of their IT departments in partnership with their management teams. I would like to form the management team for this great nation using the best practices that we can muster together. I am therefore opening up the search committee for my vice president and for the cabinet, each of the 15 cabinet departments and a 16th department to be in affirmative administration to come, the Department of Science, which will take command and control of many of the challenges that our industry uniquely faces. And since its genesis has the ring of 47, as in 1947 when the semiconductor was discovered, the 47th President of the United States is going to be depending upon the IT community like never before. And I'd just as soon see that LinkedIn become the address book and contact system that powers the next White House. And you have my word that that shall be so. So I invite your support, and the most modern and convenient way that we busy people like you and me can do so while I blind trust my assets, both present and future, properly and ethically, to maintain the standards of business conduct and ethics that I'm well known for and will adhere to without exception. I ask for your tactical support, and let's show the people of of the electoral system, that the technology industry, that the industries of science, from physics to chemistry to geology to biology, all the way to sociology, anthropology, agriculture, every single discipline we know that encompasses each of the 15, hopefully 16 cabinet departments to be in a Firmage administration will be peopled by people like yourselves. So I encourage you to take advantage of the links below, learn about my new campaign. It's been in the works for many years, as any presidential campaign ought to be, if it is to be credible and real, which this is. I encourage you to take advantage of the links below and join me. Let's shine a new light on the United States of America. My colleagues, my friends, let's shine a new light for a new century and a new global renaissance to come. And let's tackle inflation down to the ground. Let's tackle Hamas down to the ground with our partner Israel. And let us protect the idea and the goals and the hopes of the Palestinian people as well. There is no reason whatsoever why we can't do these things together. And I know it because the ingenuity and the creativity and the just sheer brilliance of the LinkedIn audience is my base. I thank you, my colleagues, my fellow citizens. Please join me. Contribute to JPF for president. And let's get this engine started anew. The new American Renaissance is about to commence. I thank you. Have a wonderful evening. And may God bless you. May God bless your family. And may God bless the United States of America.
I am Joseph P. Firmage, and I approved of this message.